Meghan Markle launches $18 leather bookmark handmade by small New Forest brand amid rumors she's planning a return to the UK this year. And sells out in minutes. The Duchess of Sussex has released the latest product in her As Ever range, a limited edition leather bookmark retailing for $18, £13.40, and has already sold out just minutes after launching. The bespoke piece is touted as a keepsake designed for those who linger, pause, and return, and is created in collaboration with a small British studio, Esprit. It is crafted from supple black leather and finished with gold lettering written in Meghan's handwriting. The bookmark is also handmade in the UK with sustainably sourced materials. Our Fell Asleep Here leather bookmark was made in collaboration with Esprit, a small UK-based female-owned workshop specializing in handcrafted, made-to-order keepsakes, Meghan shared in her As Ever newsletter. The New Forest-based brand says it's all about celebrating the extra things in life. Working with natural materials means each piece we make is completely unique. We hand-draw our designs in-house, then carefully print them onto beautiful British and Italian leather, the workshop shared. And because we're made to order, it's up to you to add the finishing touches. Select the design, choose the initials, maybe write a secret message on the inside if you like, and we'll set about making. With care, but with speed too, so you can get your pieces sooner and enjoy them for longer. An object of love with as much character as the person who owns it. Esprit also uses sustainably sourced vegetable tanned leather and makes everything in-house, ensuring full control over production. Yesterday, the wife of Prince Harry teased the new product drop, telling her followers to save the date. Posting a cryptic message on the As Ever Instagram story and feed, Meghan shared a picture of a blank journal with the bookmark inside. The picture was posted with the caption, "For the chapters you want to savor most, January 13th, 26. A save the date note told followers to keep an eye out for the new product release at 9 a.m. PT, which was 5 p.m. on January 13th in the UK. It would mark the first As Ever product release of the new year, as the brand is set to celebrate its first anniversary in April. The new product comes following claims that the Duchess will release a cookbook in 2026. Off the back of With Love, Meghan. Her culinary manual may include recipes for her single skillet spaghetti, rainbow-themed fruit salad, as well as her beloved jams and marmalade, according to an insider. Tips and tricks about hosting at home, which formed a major part of her Netflix TV series, are also expected. It is said to be penciled in for the spring and will likely coincide with an expansion of her As Ever brand into a wider range of non-food products such as candles. The Daily Mail's insider said, Meghan is looking at a cookbook for early 2026, and there will be more lifestyle products coming in the spring. It came after months of rumors of another Sussex relaunch, dubbed Meghan 3.0 quote by experts, and the departure of another 2 senior aides. The Duchess of Sussex will widen the As Ever range she sells, especially in candles and homeware, the insider has predicted. Her wine offering is also expected to expand beyond her bottles of white, rosy, and sparkling. Meghan is known for her love of a full-bodied red wine. Her former blog, The Tig, was named after one, with a California Cabernet Sauvignon rumored to be in the pipeline. But she will move away from her crepe and biscuit kits, which were among the first products she produced when her business launched in March 2025, the Daily Mail's source claimed. Meghan's cookbook, likely to include recipes from her With Love, Meghan series plus other favorites she has devised at home, would be her first for adults. When she moved to the UK after falling in love with Harry, she wrote the foreword for Together, Our Community Cookbook, in the wake of the Grenfell fire disaster in London in 2018. 2026 is looking like another big year for her. There will be more wine and definitely more homeware too, the Daily Mail's insider said. Meghan Markle teases a save the date on her As Ever social media. Meghan Markle has teased a new As Ever product drop, telling her followers to save the date. Posting a cryptic message on the As Ever Instagram story and feed, Meghan shared a picture of a blank journal with a black leather bookmark inside. The bookmark, which has the words "Fell Asleep" written in gold on it, is an already released As Ever product. The picture was posted with the caption, "For the chapters you want to savor most, January 13th, 26." A save-the-date note told followers to keep an eye out for the new product release at 9 a.m. PT, which will be 5 p.m. on January 13th in the UK. It would mark the first as-ever product release of the new year, as the brand is set to celebrate its first anniversary in April. The amount of product available was revealed after users were reportedly able to exploit a bug in the as-ever website to ascertain precise stock numbers for her collection of spreads, honeys, candles, teas, and wines. Last week, a bug in the as-ever website allowed internet sleuths to exploit a glitch on the Duchess of Sussex's website, revealing a vast amount of unsold inventory. To take but one example, her signature fruit spread box had a total of 137,465 units available, which many Reddit users initially gleefully pounced upon as a sign of flagging sales. But sources now suggest that was the amount left over from an initial order of 1 million jars. Given that the spread box sells for £31, $42, that means that the single product alone would have generated the Duchess £26.7 million in sales. I think it's fair to say business isn't just successful, it's flying off the shelf, a source reportedly said last week. Meghan inadvertently revealed that 1 million jars were ordered for that one product and has only 130,000 left. The amount of product available was revealed after users were reportedly able to exploit a bug in the as-ever website to ascertain precise stock numbers for her collection of spreads, honeys, candles, teas, and wines. The sleuths said they were given the figures after trying to add an abnormally large number of items to their online shopping basket, prompting the website to reveal the maximum stock it actually had to ship. The bug was identified by Reddit user InfiniteSky55, who said they had tried to add 200,000 of each item to their shopping basket on As Ever. It prompted a flurry of activity as users rushed to the website to verify the seemingly huge number of items kept in stock. In total, there were more than 572,000 lifestyle items such as spreads and teas for sale and over 77,000 bottles of wine for sale. If accurate, the figures suggested by the website, which says it sells small batch spreads, honeys, and pantry favorites for everyday moments worth savoring, are gargantuan. The stock, seen in alleged screenshots of the website, include more than 220,000 jars of spread, 30,000 jars of honey, 30,000 mulling kits, almost 90,000 candles, over 110,000 jars of tea, and 80,000 jars of edible flower sprinkles. A similar exploit for her wine venture revealed more than 70,000 bottles were sitting unsold, including almost 7,000 Bruts, 46,000 bottles of Sauvignon Blanc, and nearly 24,000 bottles of rosé. Shortly after the post went viral, the As Ever website was amended to remove the exploit, with purchase limits put in place for goods. Users can now only buy up to 50 spread gift boxes or 20 bottles of wine, as Ever has not commented on the bug. Those who now try to add a truckload of jelly to their basket are greeted with an error or the message, "The quantity requested exceeds our current stock. Please adjust your order or contact support for bulk inquiries." It comes as Meghan is said to be planning a return to Britain this summer for the first time in 4 years, but only if security arrangements are approved for her and Prince Harry. The Duchess of Sussex, 44, is expected to join her husband at an Invictus Games event in Birmingham in July, amid ongoing discussions over whether the couple will be granted taxpayer-funded protection while in the UK. Should Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have their automatic taxpayer-funded police protection restored? Have your say in the Palace Confidential poll. You've read the headlines and heard our experts' opinions. But what do you think? Have your say on one of the biggest royal stories of the week by answering our poll below. In this week's poll, after sources close to the Sussexes told the Mail on Sunday that Prince Harry could receive taxpayer-funded armed security during his next UK visit, we ask, should his and Meghan Markle's automatic police protection be restored? Want more of the Mail's unrivaled royals journalism, straight from some of the world's leading experts on the monarchy? We'll bring together the most knowledgeable voices, gorgeous photography, and exclusive insider commentary to expose the truth behind polished public appearances and reveal the very human drama at the heart of this extraordinary institution. you'll have the chance to ask our royal editor, Rebecca English, and other top journalists anything you've always wanted to know about the monarchy. Why the Sandringham Summit became a hard lesson for Prince Harry. The firm gathered for the notorious Sandringham Summit on January 13, 2020. When Prince Harry and Meghan Markle returned from their 6-week Canadian sabbatical in early 2020, few could have predicted the chaos about to unfold. On January 7th, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex arrived at the Canadian High Commission in London for their first official engagement in the new year, but onlookers suggested Harry seemed distracted. According to royal author Robert Jobson, the prince was preoccupied with thoughts of his family as he had just informed his father, now King Charles, that he and Meghan wanted to redefine the terms of their royal responsibilities. He had pitched a new semi-detached setup where they could make their own money while keeping their HRH titles in a move that would ultimately split the royal family down the middle. The following day, news broke that the Sussexes were heading back to Canada after a brief visit amid shocking claims that they were reconsidering their place in the firm. The speculation that many saw as frankly inconceivable was later confirmed in a statement released on Harry and Meghan's Sussex Royal Instagram that afternoon. The pair announced they would step back from senior royal duties and carve out a progressive new role within the institution while splitting their time between the UK and the US. However, Mr. Jobson claimed the announcement had been made without the Queen's approval, leaving Her Majesty with the daunting task of resolving what was shaping up to be one of the firm's biggest crises to date. Writing in his book, The Windsor Legacy, Mr. Jobson noted how the Duke of Sussex, now 41, presumptuously assumed that the late Queen would be supportive of their plans to be part-time working royals because of his close bond with her. Yet while Her Majesty was sympathetic to her grandson's challenges, she was allegedly unimpressed with the Sussexes' plan to effectively cash in on their royal status, Mr. Jobson continued. The answer from the top was clear. No halfway roll was possible. They were either in or out. On January 13, 2020, the late monarch gathered then Prince Charles, Prince William, and Prince Harry to discuss how best to navigate Megxit during peacekeeping talks that were soon dubbed the Sandringham Summit by the media. Meghan, now 44, did not travel to Sandringham from Canada, although she was reportedly set to join the discussions via video call. However, technical issues prevented her from participating in the meeting that day. Intimate details of what exactly was discussed during the 90-minute conference in the Long Library remain shrouded in secrecy to this day, but the Sandringham Summit was highly emotional, Mr. Jobson claimed. The late Prince Philip, once Harry's beloved mentor, was allegedly so enraged he refused to attend altogether, while William was still seething over his brother's behavior and arrived composed but distant. As senior members of the firm gathered for these unprecedented talks at the royal family's Norfolk estate, the world held its breath in anticipation. The Daily Mail's renowned royal expert Richard Kay wrote at the time, "Not since the dark days over Diana has there been such a sense of dread and unhappiness shrouding the royal family." Described by Mr. Jobson as a defining moment for the monarchy that highlighted the personal cost of stepping away from it, the Sandringham Summit illustrated the Queen's absolute commitment to her role as its head. The idea of the couple earning millions by cashing in on their royal titles and status was abhorrent to her, he wrote in his book, Catherine, the Princess of Wales. Yet, her personal sadness at her grandson's departure from the royal fold was made clear in a statement issued shortly after the high-profile meeting. Although we would have preferred them to remain full-time working members of the royal family, we respect and understand their wish to live a more independent life as a family while remaining a valued part of my family, Her Majesty said. Mr. Kay wrote at the time of the announcement, "Not since 1997, in the aftermath of the death of Diana, has the Queen issued such a personal bulletin." For Harry, it was a hard lesson, wrote Mr. Jobson. While the prince had hoped for an outcome that benefited him and Meghan financially, ultimately, he was forced to concede far more ground than he anticipated in exchange for his and Meghan's freedom. Any hopes of a half-in, half-out agreement were firmly destroyed by the palace's statement that the Sussexes would be stripped of their HRH titles on January 19th. Harry would lose his military appointments and role as Commonwealth Youth Ambassador, while the pair volunteered to forego all access to the sovereign grant and public cash. The £2.4 million of taxpayer funds used to renovate the couple's Windsor home, Frogmore Cottage, would also be repaid by the Sussexes. Meanwhile, Meghan's Duchess of Sussex title was now merely symbolic and would have zero constitutional importance. Beyond the practical arrangements agreed that day, the notorious summit marked the tragic beginning of the breakdown of Harry's relationships with his now estranged family. In the years that have followed, Harry has often spoken publicly about his negative views about the summit. During Harry and Meghan's 2022 Netflix docuseries, the prince alleged he was terrified after his brother started screaming and shouting at him. The Duke also accused his father, Charles, of telling untruths to his face, while the Queen quietly sat there and took it all in. During the explosive series, Meghan also spoke about her particular outrage that she was not able to attend the summit, declaring, "Imagine a conversation, a roundtable discussion about the future of your life." When the stakes are this high, and you, as the mom and the wife and the target, in many regards, aren't invited to have a seat at the table. Harry added, "It was clear to me that they planned it out so that you weren't in the room." Harry also claimed that the summit was merely for show, as the Sussexes' outcome had ultimately already been fixed by the Queen's aides. Writing in his memoir, Spare, the prince made his feelings of anguish and betrayal towards his family clear as he declared, "I love my mother country, and I love my family, and I always will. I just wish, at the second darkest moment of my life, they'd both been there for me, and I believe they'll look back one day and wish they had too."